We spend a remarkable amount of energy trying to master our environments. We optimize our mornings, strategize our careers, and forecast our financial futures, aiming for a life that runs like clockwork. That obsession with control naturally shapes how we view the world around us. We start to see life as a strict meritocracy, a closed system driven entirely by cause and effect, where targeted effort guarantees a specific reward. This diagram shows how easily we project that corporate logic upward. We take this simple input-output model and apply it to the universe, treating God as the ultimate executive, a CEO who simply expects a well-run operation. As the chart expands downward to reveal a spiritual promotion, morality simply becomes a set of performance metrics. You follow the rules, you do good work, and in return, you secure your standing. But beneath that disciplined exterior lies a quiet, persistent ego. The kingdoms we build using this logic are often just extensions of our own desire for significance, constructed in a name we don't actually serve. This transactional approach feels incredibly empowering. It tells us we are self-sufficient, and it makes our hard work feel like a reliable insurance policy against the unknown. Yet treating life as a spiritual balance sheet creates a dangerous illusion. It isolates us in our own ego and leaves our entire worldview vulnerable to a sudden, total collapse. That collapse usually starts with a whisper, a sudden, creeping realization that the divine might be something far more imposing than a mentor who rubber stamps our ambitions. Then comes the terrifying question that fractures the entire framework. What if God is the punisher, a being who demands absolute, uncompromised justice? Under that lens, the routine acts of service we perform to maintain our image look very different. Those outward actions fail to address the deeper, often misaligned state of the human heart. If absolute justice is the standard, our self-reliant pride and calculated goodness offer no protection. Instead, they reveal a profound, terrifying misalignment with the very authority we claimed to honor. This collision introduces a paralyzing paradox. We are taught to believe in a loving creator, which makes the idea of a deity who harbors enemies and maintains a place like hell almost impossible to reconcile. Most of that tension comes from a fear-based definition of hell as a torture chamber designed to punish those who break the rules. This illustrates hell as the inexorable consequence of human freedom. It is the final trajectory of a soul achieving ultimate self-mastery. As the dot dissolves into darkness, we see the true result of building our own kingdom, ultimate separation. This outcome is the irrevocable reality of a soul getting exactly what its ego demanded: absolute independence from God. That brings us to the second terrifying concept we have to confront: divine wrath. We tend to project our own emotional failings onto this idea, picturing wrath as the kind of petty, vindictive anger we see in ourselves. This split composition visualizes wrath as the impassioned, just response of perfect love directed against evil. Think of a surgeon who must ruthlessly eradicate a cancer to save the patient. In the same way, a loving God acts to destroy the rebellion that would otherwise disintegrate his creation. Judgment is the definitive removal of that spiritual cancer. It is the final act that protects what is loved, proving that absolute justice is an expression of ultimate love. Accepting this reality shatters the neatly categorized, self-centered worldview we worked so hard to build. It forces us to confront the fact that we cannot work our way into God's favor. Yet there is a profound relief in finally dropping the facade. The exhausting weight of trying to be the master of your own destiny suddenly vanishes. This realization ends the futile attempt to negotiate with God on our own terms. We no longer have to pretend that our goodness is an adequate shield against a perfect standard of justice. By acknowledging the gravity of the stakes, we are finally able to surrender to his ultimate authority. We stop trying to be the CEO and start existing as part of his kingdom. Facing the truth of a God who punishes provides a strange new kind of peace. It confirms that life has profound stakes and that our choices actually matter in an ordered, just universe. True freedom is found when we stop trying to master our own lives and instead surrender to the ultimate source of life, meaning, and justice.